Oh my god, that is looking good. That's from a butcher in my hometown, by the way, and you don't get meat like that anywhere else. Have you ever ridden a trail and thought, what the f were these trail builders thinking when they built this? This is f***ing scary shit. It's ludicrous. Well, we kind of built the trail like that, and we were gonna call it Hospital Drop, but some people in the group thought, hey, you know what? That sounds a bit too intimidating and it might scare riders away. This is arguably the scariest, most dangerous trail in South Africa. This trail had me spooked for weeks. It will scare even the holiest of men. Come to think of it, it will scare the righteousness right out of Jesus himself. Oh, you want to see what I got cooking here? Oh my god, you don't get boerewors like this anywhere else. Woo-wee. This year is the story of how we built Love Drop. Welcome to a tiny little town called Hogsback, located in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. Here's some information to put the whole story in context. We started a road trip off in the Western Cape of South Africa, and the government announced a total lockdown where everyone must stay indoors. We didn't want to follow those rules, so we headed to a small town called Hogsback to meet up with friends where we can work in his backyard and we can do some emergency trail repairs on these boxy trails that you see on the series. If you aren't familiar with this series, a playlist will pop up on the corner of the screen about now. There will also be one at the end of the video which you can follow, and you can get the big picture of this whole adventure and all the trails that we put down. There's a storm coming, and that means that the following day it's going to be epic conditions for trail building. As everyone knows, trail building is best done after rains. Let's move on from the mushrooms and head off to go do some scouting. That's the beginning of how a trail actually gets built. First, scouting gets done, find a way down, and then build on that route. So we go and head off on a scouting mission where we come across this fine, massive yellowwood tree. Tiens and Rene gave it a good bash. What's nice about building in Hogsback is that we weren't governed by anybody. No one to tell us that this is unsafe. We built this the way that we wanted to. Built by riders for riders. We wanted something that's going to push our limits, something that's going to be terrifying to ride. And if we do make it down, we'll look back on it fondly. Stop! Give me that cowbell. Now this is a double black graded trail, so don't come out here and expect to ride this trail if you are firstly a or if you really suck at riding. Just don't do it. This is the squirrel catcher and it is mad. I'm going to give a couple of views of this. A short rocky chute onto a ledge where you have a sharp 90, right along the ledge onto the slab where you got to take a 90 degree to the right and aim for a very specific point, because if you don't, you won't be able to thread the needle and you'll go into the trees. It's okay on the top, but halfway down it gets pretty much vertical. Another thing about the rock slab is 95% of the time this thing is wet. At the bottom there's a big impact. Our transition from the rock to the berm isn't 100%. This catch berm took a couple of days to build, and this is what's gonna catch you at the bottom of the drop. So what do you think? It's pretty wild, eh? I know it defeats the purpose, but we did build a chicken line to use until we gathered the courage to actually hit this love drop. You'll see in the ride video that even though this is the chicken line, it's still really wild and brutal to ride. Shout out to my patrons, you brews are amazing. If you like the channel, you want to support it, head on over to my Patreon account, a link in the video description below, and it will pop up on the corner of the screen. There you'll unlock the bonus content, earlier videos, and a lot more. You can also help out by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and leaving me a comment in the comment section below. We've got a whole lot of cleaning up to do. Chainsaws come out, we need to clear a lot of the invasive tree and bush that's covering the soon-to-be trail. We also cut a lot of these monkey vines which are dangling and hanging on top of the trail. What makes Love Drop such a fantastic trail is the amount and the variety of features located on this treasure trove of a trail. On this video I'll show you a few of them, like this one right over here. This was quite a mission to build and it took a good few hours. We got there quite late in the evening and it was getting dark, so we'll return here on the following day. This rock was such a mission to move. Half of it was submerged under the ground. This was supposed to be a drop where you ride onto an off-camber rock slab and then drop off at the end. This is the landing, and this rock is sitting in the way, so we have to move it. Problem is, half of it's submerged under the ground, and this thing weighs a ton. So we need to use levers to try and move it out the way, where it's not going to wreck your rim if you happen to land on it. We managed to make a better bed for the wheels to land on, so we'll just clean up and move further down the trail, where we have some more cutting and cleaning to do. This is another one of the features that Rene put down. It's a launch made from branches. He barely made it over and he almost lost a couple of teeth on that rock. The entrance into it is quite tricky and you lose quite a lot of speed going onto the ramp. Here are a couple more features that are on the trail. This is the boulder roller. You ride onto the boulder, drop down, you ride up the second one, have to make a left-hand turn on the top there and then drop down the slab. Like I said before, this trail is a treasure trove full of features. It has a bunch, from gaps to drops to steep slabs, gnarly rock gardens, steep switchbacks, flat and fast sections. This trail has it all, and that's why it is such a fantastic trail. Now that we have all the features built, it is only the finishing touches that are left, like cutting the final bushes in the lower part of the trail, raking up to make the trail more visible, and then lastly, the final strim, before we can take our bikes and have a proper shred down the trail. I'm gonna leave you with a couple of main clips. Thanks for hooking up with me on this episode. You know the drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you like the video, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will catch you most excellent folk on the next episode.